Welcome, everyone, to today's Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here. Look, if you're a STIESIA student, you already know the serious effort it takes to land a great score on your British Council English score test. But hey, taking the test, that's really only half the battle. Getting your hands on that official piece of paper is the real victory. So today, we're diving into a complete, totally stress-free visual guide on exactly how to officially claim your British Council English score, or BCES certificate. We're going to take this whole administrative puzzle, make it incredibly clear, and walk through it together step by step. Let's get into it. So here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll cover the preparation phase for your BCS ES certificate claim. Second, we'll go over the BCS app instructions. Third, we'll look at the London review requirements and process. And finally, we'll talk about solutions if your review happens to fail.
Okay, Section 1, the preparation phase for the STI BCES plan.
You know, one of the biggest sources of stress for students is simply not knowing how long things are going to take, right? Well, the journey kicks off with filling out the STIES form. After that, you just need to expect a waiting period of about 2 to 8 hours. Then, once you process things in the app, there's another wait, usually 24 to 48 hours, before your certificate is officially issued. I want to set these clear time expectations right out of the gate so you aren't frantically refreshing your inbox and panicking prematurely.
All right, let's look at the very first action you need to take. When you're filling out the official STIESIA score claim form, you've got to be extremely careful. Pay close attention to the required fields for your full name, your highest test score, and the exact date you took that specific test. Seriously, don't just guess here. Open your app, check your highest score, and input that exact data. This is literally what the Language Center uses to kick off your claim with London.
Now, before you do anything else, you absolutely must ensure your Connect code is actively shared with STIESIA inside your English Score app. Your app needs to explicitly say, Connect code shared with Sekolah Tinggi Ilmu Ekonomi Indonesia Surabaya. If it doesn't say this, well, STIESIA literally cannot see your scores, and your claim process is going to hit a brick wall right then and there.
Moving right along to Section 2, App Instructions inside the BCES mobile app. So remember that 2 to 8 hour waiting period we just mentioned? Once that time passes, you're going to receive a notification email from the London operators, and it'll say, we've got some great news. This right here is your green light. It's actively prompting you to open up your English Score mobile app so we can continue the process.
When you do open the app, look for a big, prominent box with a red button that says Complete Your Certificate. Honestly, you literally can't miss it. Just go ahead and click that specific red button to kick off the finalization of your claim. Okay, next, the app is going to ask you to confirm your name, and I really need to give you a strong warning here. Type your full name exactly as it appears on your official student ID, your KTM. Actually, it's highly recommended to just use all caps. Why? Because whatever text you type into this exact box is going to be permanently printed on your final official certificate. A typo here means a typo forever, unless, you plan to legally change your actual name to match your certificate, so definitely double check your spelling.
All right, Section 3, the London review requirements and process.
To actually pass this review, your testing environment has to follow some incredibly strict mandatory rules. First off, your whole face must be clearly visible. No masks, no heavy shadows. You also have to be completely alone in the room. Plus, you absolutely cannot talk during the test, and there can be 0 other digital devices, books, or notes anywhere near you. This AI proctoring system is unbelievably sensitive. I mean, a heavy shadow or even someone coughing in the background could trigger an automatic failure. So do yourself a favor and lock your door. As we touched on earlier, I really want to reiterate that this review process over in London takes a full 24 to 48 hours. Once you hit that submit button, you kind of just have to breathe and wait. Keeping this timeline in mind is super essential so you can keep your anxiety in check while the London team works through their thorough review. And drumroll please, here is the reward for all your patience. Once you successfully pass that rigorous London review, you'll get this exact congratulatory email. Let me tell you, seeing congratulations attached to this email is your British Council English certificate is just an amazing feeling. At this point, you have officially crossed the finish line.
And here it is, the beautiful, fully verified certificate you receive. It's got your photo, your certified CEFR level, and all of your specific core skills scores right there. You can easily download this PDF directly from that congratulatory email, or you can pull it up anytime right inside the English Score app itself. It is officially ready to be added straight to your resume or your LinkedIn profile. Great job! Now for Section 4, Solutions for Failed Reviews.
Look, I want to be super reassuring here. If things don't go perfectly, it is absolutely not the end of the line. If your test gets flagged, you're going to get an email saying your certificate cannot be issued due to an invalidated review. This usually just points to a little hiccup with your photos, the audio, or your testing environment. If you see this email pop up, take a deep breath. Do not panic. Because here are the exact rescue steps STIESIA provides to help you out. Step 1 is always to forward that rejection email directly to the STIESIA Language Center. Do not try to fix it yourself. Once you forward it, the Language Center will step in on your behalf and submit another one of your high scores to London. Then, you'll just wait for a new confirmation email from London and simply repeat that app process, the selfie and the name confirmation for the newly submitted score.
Sometimes the problem is incredibly minor. Often, London just didn't really like this specific selfie you snapped at the very end of the process. If that's the case, the email will specifically tell you there's a problem with your certificate photo, and they'll give you a big red Get Started button. You literally just click that, retake a much clearer Selfie app, and boom, you are right back on track.
Now, what's absolutely crucial to grasp here is that the decision of the London Proctor is final, period. Whether it's the AI or the human reviewer, their judgment on an invalidated score just cannot be argued or overturned. Trying to shoot an email over to London to plead your case simply isn't going to work. Trust me, relying on that STIESIA rescue protocol we just walked through is your best and really your only path forward.
Since the STIESIA Language Center is practically your lifeline throughout this entire process, you definitely need their contact info handy. Here is their crucial help desk